7 degrees, but it's been kind of overcast today, so it's with the orchard. It's not real hot in here. I still got all the windows open, and it's pretty tolerable. I'm sure it's in the 80s in here, but that's very tolerable. It's 97 out there. It's 80 in here, right? That's 17 degrees cooler, right? And I'm not having to use Freon. I don't have a refrigerator in the place where I sleep. It's not a good idea. So, well, I'm intelligent. Uh, yeah, there's a lot of people that do insane things. They don't care. Okay, they don't care. They just see you as long as they can keep. They're like P Diddy masturbating to his girlfriend being fucked because he's in control of the money. And that's how these people are. And attitude reflects leadership, and apple don't fall far from the tree. So, and I told them this, but I think they're aware of that. But I think they think that it's almost like the way of thinking with that. What's that name of that movie, Highlander? That if they kill enough of the people that they tried to fuck, and that they'll get the energy from them, and then eventually they'll have a chi that, rivals mine. It's like, really? You think so? You think that all the energy of all the people that want to beat you to be the top fucker is going to go through you. You kill all those people, it's only going to make the eternal spirit of Jesus Christ in the future more focused, more calm, and stronger. It only makes sense. It's just the way that energy, channels. It's going to go where it's needed. That's the whole universe is that way. And so thinking it's going to be different with your mind fucking games and your, Supergirl's going to save the universe stuff is like, yeah, okay. So that's exactly how it works. Yeah. That everybody send all your energy to the person that wants to kill all of us. And don't send any of your energy to the person that loves us all and wants us all to be respected from cradle to grave, so we'll pass on the love of Jesus Christ. Don't send your energy to him. Send your energy to the guy who wants to kill everybody that doesn't talk or look like him, but wants to fuck the women that are really hot in their tribe, but doesn't want to have kids with her. You're a liar or you're stupid, right? You're crooked or you're stupid, right? And I tell you, Donald John Trump is being used by his business partners and the scientists that are so smart and got all the top tech and explain to them the same way they do with my family at their church, right? And you're just like, really, you believe that shit? Still smoking the weed, thinking I need that hit? You just really believe that shit? Okay. What I do, asking my mom where my father goes. That's the nice thing about the 21st century is my kids don't have to sit there and go, hey, mama. Papa said that Papa was a jack of all trades. Is that what led Papa to an early grave? Mama, I'm depending on you to tell me the truth. Mama just turned her head and said, Papa was a rolling stone. I am the most truthful, faithful, kind, courageous, brave human being on the planet. And Patrick can see that anytime he wants, and Noah and Crumb can see that anytime they want. So it's like, how do you be a man? Go to 1322nd Redeemer's YouTube channel and watch it on the download, like all them masturbating, murdering pussies in close proximity to him, and go, I'm never going to be as good of a person as him. Yeah, I agree. You're not. Okay. You don't stand up for the Lord's Prayer with me, you are never going to be as good of a person as me. You're so right. I need Jesus to pay for my sins because I can't do it. The only way to get into heaven is if Jesus does it for me. I'm not worthy. Yeah, the comic book writers, boy, they nailed that script, didn't they? Hey, what do you think about that, George Lucas? Ryan Johnson, great Ridley Scott. The nice thing about it doesn't have to sell, so we don't have to watch your rape scenes 3 times in a fucking row, or was it 4? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I was just getting agitated. Okay, it was very agitating. It's like, isn't this a little overkill on the whole rape scene? Couldn't they just have done it like, okay, it happened and it's horrible, and showed us just a quick tidbit where she's going, oh, this is horrible, I love my husband, and then go to the next scene? I think great Ridley Scott, has all these, like what happened with Mia Famey, she's being fucked by all the guys at Fort Huachuca and she wanted me to take it like they do. And I'm like, no, I want you to want to stay home and make love with me and take care of the kids to our best of our ability and stop having sex with those leg lifters at the bar that are all scared shitless of me. Saying, they get the gun, hey, bring the gun. I'll kill you with it if you get in close proximity to me. So you better be a good sniper. Okay? And everybody knows that Lee Harvey Oswald and James Earl Ray is bitches ain't shit. And they have those guys, oh, he was a sniper. Yeah, we just went in there and just mutilated and blew people's bodies apart. Yeah, well, I'm real good at shooting people from far, far away. And then run away, right? So you go in and don't give these people any money. You exploit their environment and then mass murder their populace when they get angry and violently retaliate. And then you send these guys in, they're snipers and they're fucking heroes. They get a Medal of Valor and all this stuff. It's like, you know how easy it is for me? Like old dumbass at Home Depot. It's like 450 yards, 1 minute. Yeah, no scope. Didn't miss one shot. I aim small, miss small. I'm a growing shooter. Well, it makes sense. I was aiming for the center of the target. Some of them were a little low. May have been the shot thing was off. Got a few in the head. Those were not what I was trying for. I was trying for the center. So if I hit it's like, James Coburn. I was aiming for the horse. I was aiming for him. Or the horse. Right? So, and he hit the guy instead. And that's what happened. It was a high. But most of them I was aiming and I hit the horse. Okay, but a couple of them I hit the bandito running away on the Magnificent Seven. It was the most magnificent shot I ever saw. And I told that guy the story, and he told me bullshit. Because when I told him 450 yards, are you 3/4 mile away? No, 450 yards is a quarter mile. I used to run the quarter mile. You used to have to do it in track, and you didn't. And you're trying to convince me that you called in airstrikes in Vietnam. And you don't even know that 450 yards is a quarter mile. Boy, there's a lot of dead fucking vets going, that dumbass motherfucker didn't know 450 yards was a quarter mile. He said it was 3/4. No, 3/4 is a lot more. Okay. It's 400 meters. You got to go 4 trips around the track to 1 mile. Okay, so 400 is only 1 trip around the track. So it's only a quarter mile. Dumbass. And I told him that when I got home on YouTube. You cross me in Las Cruces, I'll eviscerate you in fact, not fiction. Also I can see the Martinez's garbage can from our garbage can from Rogelio's house. I'll go back to the well, sit there and take an M16 with no scope on it, shoot you right in the, in the groin area, pow, and say, don't you ever accept the lies of the cartel inventors to be heroes around here that rape little girls to death across Mexico, and then come up from front on me with your Vietnam War vet hat at Home Depot in Las Cruces. Because they'll collect the evidence, and then everybody will be Breaking Bad, and Reckless Ben won't be able to save you with his GoFundMe page, right? No one will be able to save you. Because life's eternal and grace is infinite. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We got to fulfill the book. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? It's all I ever have. Redemption songs. Guys killed my cousin. He'd be close to about my dad's age right now. And if you guys would have showed up in 2013, I'd been able to sing songs with him and enjoy curry chicken and give Sedalia a hug and says, Dad says I can't crush on you. He thinks we're too closely related. You sure are cute, though. I don't think I'm too closely related to Sharon. Is Sharon single? Sharon's cute. Yeah, I had a big crush on Sharon. I felt like a sister thing with Sedalia. She's pretty, and I was like Stiff and Ziggy. I had a big crush on Sharon. And then I found out, Sharon Pendergast is a child between a guy who's not related to me on the Marley Parsons side and, Grandma Booker. That's a migration to the south and the north. So there's big variances in there, especially of how many men that, we're raping, pillaging, and looting, right? So as far as question on Sharon, it was like, okay, my family tree is like, like I get my sons in prayer. And even if the child is aborted, even the child miscarried, okay, there's still a soul that's going to be the soul that provides life to that temple. So that's why when I connect to these things and I put up pictures up and a presence and a spirit teach team that I do with my 22 schools here, the 22nd, I'll do it my way. And, I use Vanessa, which was Val's little girl with a Mexican man in California that got aborted because of, tribalism and economics and all your self-righteous hypocrisy bullshit at the Robert Schuller Church. Yeah, Bob told everybody in the church that Val screwed around on him. It's like, yeah, she wanted to leave. Well, because Bob's an asshole. Any woman in her right mind would find a charming Mexican guy to have sex with in California to get away from Robert Zinkis' bullshit. He's a dick. Okay? But Val always has, Val's like Caroline on Little Big Man, right? Caroline never did have much luck with men. Okay? She did with Dave. Okay, but I'm sure Dave has his points where he can make you feel stupid too. And guys will do that. You think that? You're dumb. I don't say that. I sit there and say, oh, baby, don't say that in front of people. People will say you're dumb. Well, you can't quit your $10 an hour job and get 2 minimum wage $5 jobs for 20 hours a week and make the same equivalent in salary. So don't do that. So don't be emotional. Don't like Patrice going, Mr. Trump, he's prejudiced. He's not prejudiced. He's just not attacking this guy because he's Daddy Warbucks and his insurance is real good and that's what paying you and Punchy's and Corey's bills. And she mad because the guy sat there and talked, they should all send him on a boat back to Africa. And she said, Dr. Trump, he didn't say anything. And it's like, right. He didn't say anything. He just did the old bastard's teeth and then sent him on his way. Good riddance. Okay. And Val and Treese quit because she thought he was prejudiced and racist. So it's like, Treese, he has to keep patients and he has to pay the bills. He's a dentist. Okay. And he's getting older and he can't always choose who, sometimes they want the younger, hotter dentist with the hotter hygienist, so he's got to keep his clientele. And I explained that to her and she quit and I was like, God damn, Patrice. Luckily she found a younger, hotter dentist, right? That, Dr. Lee. But the thing about it was she put us all in an economic bind because she threw a fit because Dr. Trampy, who is a sweetheart, wouldn't sit there and say, hey, you're talking about Punchy and Corey. I was like, you don't have to, when you're doing business with people, you got to pay your bills because nobody's living the Lord's Prayer. No one will stand up for a living Messiah to save their children from hell. So you like that. Don't be a fool. Don't throw your life away. Don't be a fool. Don't waste your life, boy. Stand up for it. Don't use life, boy. You'll go blind. Try Palmolive. Be sure to drink your Ovaltine, right? Where's your big bunny suit now? Assholes, right? So you got to understand, its attitude reflects leadership, and the technology, the technology has no quote unquote energy. It has no chi, it has no ki. Okay? It doesn't have a life force. It just has a replication of a brain that's trapped the soul inside the brain. Like they do when they take people and they plug them into supercomputers because those people are superior to them psychologically, emotionally, intellectually, and so they can handle it. When they did it with people at first that had mental and emotional disabilities that, had, that were autistic or Rain Man and stuff like that, they found, 20 minutes to Baywatch and they couldn't control them. Okay? But you take someone like Solomon or Jiddu Krishnamurti or D.T. Suzuki or Sun Yat-sen and you plug them into a computer. Okay. They just didn't think it could work with the Jesus thing because of all the Buddhist people that were the religious people of the academic set. Oh no, they're too violent. And the Buddhas, the Christians, and the reason why they're able to do this in the East is because they lay down to die. And in the West, they're too violent to plug them in. And then they found out, no, it works equally the same and equally effective if you take Yolanda Denise Gillier's son and plug him into a computer, and Raquel Sally's son, who you'd think, okay, tribalism. No, he's connected to me. I'm his biological father, if that's the case. If I'm the father. If it's not one of them trifling niggas she was fucking. Which makes sense because my DNA is stronger and it does do that. And so, yeah, then it would have been me that got her pregnant. And she got pregnant probably by one of them trifling ass niggas. But when I came in there, my sperm took over and said, hey, rest of you rotten, trifling ass, leg lifting, murdering, raping niggas, get out of here. You know, she's no side chick for this girl. She gets a husband, right? And then so they had to abort the baby because her mom insisted she has sex with them trifling ass fuck around niggers. And I ain't talking shit. When I was dating Law, we went to Tom's and Kelly's house to celebrate Tom's birthday. We came outside, we were sitting in the car, and Rocky's Yugo was trapped in front of the Jerry Curl dude from She's Just Gotta Have It's apartment. And he all swollen and got his Jerry Curl, and she steps out, she kisses him goodbye, and as soon as she kisses him goodbye, the girlfriend, she drives off, and then the girlfriend comes in. And Rocky Law's sitting there going, oh my gosh, that's your ex-girlfriend? Yeah, she's a side chick for that, you know, I told you. And then she sits there and tells me the same thing Steffi and Shelly used to tell me. You can't be with most black men. They're like a loaded dick. They have no controls. They all fuck around. And then I sit there and I said, not Bill Cosby and Dr. J. What happened? Bill Cosby and Dr. J let me down. They let me down. I use those two as an example of faithful husbands that don't screw around on their wives. Mm-hmm. Bum, bum, ba-da. Dum, dum, dum. We ain't got Corey Irving no more. Yeah. He got killed in a rich area and stuff too because his dad was a professional, you know, he had a nice car and stuff like that, and Corey got killed. And that was real hard on Turquoise's in his marriage, not to mention he was a professional basketball player that women were always trying to, you know, because he made lots of money and made the Fisher State Pittsburgh. So it was very difficult. Okay. Julius is a good person. Okay. Bill's not a bad person. He just got caught up in the bullshit. He's not a terrible human being at all. No, you guys think he's tribal and he's a tad bit racist, like Maya Angelou and you know, and the Oprah crowd. You know, when the white people they hang out with, they have to be Africa worthy and good and be, you know that civilization came from us. You know, like toward Tupac on Poetic Justice. She's like a black goddamn Nazi. I'm sitting there watching the movie and I'm getting Pac in my head. Because it was driving me nuts. Especially the woman phenomenally scene. I'm like, dude, really? Okay, it's not as bad as the Ridley Scott rape scene from Last Duel, but it's almost like, you know, besides you, is there anything else you want to talk about? Pac wasn't upset because the thing about it wasn't Janet. That was Maya Angelou. He couldn't stand Maya Angelou. Okay? He liked Janet. You know, wow, she's shy, she's insecure, she's cute. She doesn't know she's coming or going. She can't figure her way out of hell because she can't make decisions. And then when she can't make decisions, she gets mad at herself, and then she gets mad at everybody else. And so I get her, but, you know, I don't know if I'd want to be in a relationship with her. But, God, when you're around her, you can't help but want to have sex with her 24/7. It's like, yeah, dude, I feel you. Okay, I love Tupac Shakur. Okay, he is one of my best pair friends. It's timing. It's all about timing. We didn't have this earlier. It's all about timing. It's all about timing. You know, when's the right time to have the prayer? And Tupac, you know, that blade of grass just coming through the concrete so we don't have any more Breaking Bad bullshit in Albuquerque saying, oh, wow, props to New Mexico. Fuck you. I'm New Mexico. Okay, not those assholes throwing pizzas on roofs when people are killing themselves with drugs because we're not living the Lord's Prayer in LBQ. Two to the chest and one to the head, right, said Fred. Too sexy for your shirt? Shut up, you fucking jerk. You like, share, and trend. It helps me more in Europe. You know, your money is, you just like John Gotti. You're a walking, talking pile of shit who needs to execute yourself if you can't stop killing people in back alleys in New Jersey to have all your relatives sit there and say, hey, it's a Jersey Shore vacation forever. And what's with the whole fucking orange tans here and shit like that? Knock it off. When you live somewhere, just have you adapt. You'll tan during the summertime when you need it. If you don't need it during the winter, why are you doing it? Let your body acclimate to what's happening in the environment. It's been doing it for 100,000 years or more. You know, why start fucking with it now? Vanity. Oh, wake me when you're done. Yes, I think you're a nasty girl. I understand the stupidity of the stuff with Nick Singer and the Pussycat Dolls. It was a business opportunity, and she's very attractive, and she sings really good. And you have to, drop it like you have to strike while the iron's hot. And this was an opportunity, and she took it because she knew, okay, there are a lot of hot girls that can sing pretty good. But I think I have a special quality, and I got to find my right way in. And she had to find the right way in. And she found it more tolerable dealing with Snoop Dogg than she did with the Otto Premingers of the world and the Weinsteins. And I'm like, I can respect that because I was in hell in Cochise County before they brought me in and debriefed me. And oh, shit. So I'm the guy who stops all this bullshit. So I understand Nicole Scherzinger really well. And I believe her when she sings those Christmas carols at Disney World. Yeah. That she really loves Jesus. And I believe that the crazy guy who invests most of the money in the UFL so guys can pay their bills and it's an annuity wants to live the right way, but you want to, but you can't. So Dwayne Wright Johnson is my dog. I love him. Okay, I know they're all scared as shit. I know, like I told you, John Cena, Dwayne Wright Johnson, they'll bring one of those assassins in. Please don't kill me. I don't want to die. I want to take care of my family. Earl came in, this is the way it's going to go down. All right, let's do this. And he was gone. Didn't wake Zeke. That's the best thing is he didn't wake Zeke. Well, because when Zeke wakes up and yells at the coyotes, and then he goes, the coyote, I know, I hear Moycat and Sly on the roof. I know there's a coyote in the yard. Well, let's go take him. We're not going to take him. It's 3 o'clock in the fucking morning, Zeke. I got to go to work tomorrow. I'm tired. You're such a sweetheart. He is. Then I had to try to find ways to have fresh air in here and sleep near the trees and not have him sleeping by the window, keeping us all safe from the coyotes. And it was really difficult. And you love your dog, but it's like, there's got to be a better way of doing this. Well, the thing is if you did it in ancient times, it'd be like, thanks, good job, dog. Okay, good job. He dog raised you well. Hi Hump loves you. Okay, well, you're a good dog. I love this dog. I know he can't love me, but the love I give him, he protects my family from all those, the Pawnees. The Pawnees were farmers, guys. That's why the Pawnees helped the Washichu hunt down and kill the Sioux, because the Sioux were raiders and hunter-gatherers, and the Pawnees were farmers. Same thing with the Hopi and the Navajo. And then the one guy, we don't get all this land and we should have killed all the Hopi off years ago. If you'd killed all the Hopi off, how would your fat ass be able to eat all that fry bread? Because you wouldn't be able to take all his corn and fuck his women and then have his women be more docile and stay around and then talk shit about her because she won't let you beat her into Dupavilla or whatever. And then you get the guys acting like, well, we better be good Navajos. Okay, good Navajos. Manuelito and Barboncito. Okay, and then there's all the assholes that have the casino economy that want to put, hallucinations from being drunk and being drug addicts all the time. And it's like, oh, wow, this movie's real fucking entertaining. More killing, more heroes that kill, more heroes getting shot killing by a main old German lady who's an excellent sniper. Okay, how Lee Harvey Oswald of your Sure Hans Sirhan, and how, your code talking just ain't working. I'm not feeling the Hiroso. I'm just feeling a bunch of Belaganas in brown skin. I need more money to fuck at the casino. The only good casino is sweeten my coffee with a morning kiss. Soften my dreams with your sighs. So you can be a good husband to Tamara Dowse and Shelley Parrish and Tiffany Parrish and Taryn Watson, and there's another girl, I can't remember her name. I got the program somewhere. I think she was part Sioux and part Navajo. They were all sweethearts. They were the sweetest girls you ever met. And when they got hired at my job, can you get us? Yeah. I gave a good word for my boss, and he wasn't going to hire any of them because they wouldn't look him in the eye and wouldn't shake his hand. I said, they're all very traditional. If you pay them, they will not steal from you. If you don't pay them, they'll take what they think they earned. Well, they're traditional Navajos. They have good grandparents. Right? Think they'll beat Alchese this year? You're bad. It happens, all girls and stuff like that. If you didn't put them on a res and have them fight like hell for everything they need, and you gave them 2 generations with some euros, because they like sheep herding, and you have a euro. Oh god dang, you get the lamb, and so is it just right? And get the Greeks to say, hey, here's some baklava. You give them some euros and some baklava. There'll be a lot more junk in that trunk, a lot more booty to hang on when you're having your slow rides, and you will have a woman that's very calm, very kind, and very intelligent. And within 2 generations, she'll have bigger booty and thighs than a belly and breast to just feed the baby so they don't die off the planet. Mm-hmm. The healthier it is, the more the breast goes to what it needs to do to feed the baby. If you have a overly efficient metabolism, then you're going to have a big belly to hold on to the food for the boobs, and you're going to have tiny legs and butt. Okay, because you're a working, surviving baby factory. And that's what happens. My mom used to talk about it with a lot of the Mexican women. And I'd be like, yeah, I understand it because it's, and so when you get women from like from the central areas where there's lots of rainfall and lots of food and stuff like that, and in the Caribbean, where when it was for a short time, then you had women with, the Cubans with the big butts and the woo-hoo-ah, and and the boobs aren't quite as big because you're athletic, you got a lot of things to do, you got a lot of things to help keep life healthy, and and stuff like that before the Puerto Ricoers show up, because it wasn't Puerto Rico. The Arwaks didn't call it Puerto Rico. That's a Spanish word meaning rich port. Oh, and the Dominican Republic. That's also, taking it, making it a republic, and then exploiting it and getting a lot of African slaves and calling it, I hate it here. I hate what they do. I hate it. Fuck, we suck again. Voodoo. Voodoo on you. On you and on your cow. I forgot what it says. I haven't seen Mulan in a long time, Lucky cricket, I'll tear off both your antennas. We'll see how lucky you are. See what I'm saying? Okay, this cricket's a lucky one. Sign me up for the next war. Never, ever again. Okay, forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal, faithful peace. Confucius and Tao can both agree. Okay, let's make sure the river is flowing. Let's make sure the water is healthy. Let's make sure for our eternal lives are filled with healthy covenants and with many memories of ancestors and ancestors yet to come that are righteous, holy, caring, and kind, and don't build monuments to their war and sanity that get grown over and then say there's amazing secrets of the guy drank mercury to try to stay alive to fuck his rivals off the planet by building a great wall to destroy their migration of their herds so they would starve to death. Fucking brilliant genius. It's like a big monument to love. The Great Wall of China, Batman. Holy jihad, holy bikinis, holy fuck, see? And that's why you have a lot of societies where you have a lot of things that you need, and the women are tiny and have small butts and small thighs and big breastises and a big belly. It happens with white women too, a lot, especially the ones that live in the trailer parks and have to live at the bars till they die. And then it's sad. And it is sad because women should, when you're attractive by caring, sharing, and giving according to need, it affects us all physiologically and psychologically. If you don't believe me, just Joseph Smith through Faithful Relative goes, our celestial bodies in the kingdom of heaven will be far more physically desirable, healthy, and attractive when we are living the ways of King Solomon and David worldwide, just like it says in the Quran. Holy sir of the cow, Batman. So divorce yourself from the mob of your ego being the sex cash cow for all the sex cash cowers. Boop-a-da-boom, boom-ba-doop-a-da-boom, boom-ba-doom. Oh, look, it's the Explorers. That's one of my Amy's favorite movies. I've never watched all of it. Blade, Born in the Cage, Greatest Hits Forged by... Oh, where they make all those knives and then they show you cutting stuff up. And it's like, oh, that's excellent brain activity. Mind-blowing life inside the world's busiest airport, Atlanta. Okay, why are you guys flying? Because it's a genocidal operation and the niggas is stupid as fuck. Yeah, I've watched your TV shows. Hey, that was Dad trying to teach me to drive. See that center one? Move out of the way. Drive beyond horizons. Yeah, that was when I slid. Because I didn't have the seatbelt on. We were driving down a road like that and on the way from Lawrenceburg to Animas. And Dad got mad at me. I was like, Dad, what are you supposed to do? The cow wouldn't fucking move. I hit the horn. The cow just sat there and looked at me like, what? And I hit the brakes. I tried to gear down, but I was like, fuck it, I'm going to kill this cow and it'll destroy the truck, right? Which I don't think Dad would have minded because he hated that truck. So did I. But I stopped and then I slid. I was a skinny kid, like 13, and I slid down. Bam! I'm in the floorboards going, ow! I feel like fucking Garth with Foxy Lady at the donut shop, you know? Shit. Dad took over and drove. I'm like, yeah, I could have done it, but it's a stupid fucking cow. They just sit there on those. Yeah, they just sit there. And they honk, honk. Okay, this is an international four-wheel drive pickup truck. Breaking Bad, most iconic scenes. You guys are so dumb. God damn. Modern Marvels, the fascinating story of welding in America. I understand that, but you're not sharing, caring, giving, accordance need, building to last. So, it's just like self-destruction, mass murder, and then calling it, the religion of Jesus Christ and ordained by God, Walking Tall. We wouldn't have had Walking Tall, Buford Pusser, if you guys had accepted the Lord's Prayer year one, day one, dumbasses. Okay. God, you guys are so fucking dumb. Get ready. The storm is actually be very dangerous, and see where it's at, where all you during the Obama administration, they're all guns, gold, and God. Yeah. See it, because most of the in California, you have a lot of bad of that stuff too. New Mexico, you don't have to worry about it. Just put us all in the cities and we will all kill each other to be the top hip-hopper who wants to, put a dick in the butt instead of a baby in the gut, We're New Mexico, man. We're fucking geniuses, man. We got it all figured out. We're woke. The rapture could be soon. The real life of Jack Hibbs and Calvary Chapel. The rapture could be soon. We could be living the Lord's Prayer yesterday. Oh, my troubles seem so far away. Ready or not, this was absolute insanity. Look at those guys, see? All those heroes. Fucking heroes, man. And then these people, wow, they live in a $3 house. And we live in a $3 house. It's lot 47, sold as is. It's splendid, but there's no love about, or it's not 4033. There's now there are people, they can't fit no kids in there, they're proud to say. Oh, they're maintaining their global citizenship. Scott Peely, CBS is on fire. Scott Peely on his firing and the massacre at 60 Minutes. Is that anything like the St. Valentine's Day massacre there? Okay. Is he scarier than John Gotti? John Gotti's afraid of his own shadow. That's why he kills people over money. What a bitch. I know. He's get that. Aren't you afraid? I'm not afraid of aliens in space. No. Guys, if they come, they will have to kill you. Okay, and you will be dead. And then they will be doing the same fucked up shit you assholes are doing on this beautiful planet because they'll be just as fucked up as you are. Hi, I'm Stephen Hawking. I'm a fucking genius. I'm a military hero. Flying in planes, dropping bombs on people, and everybody telling me, hey, you're just like Jesus Christ and the apostles. Sod the fuck off. You're such assholes. I still love you, though. I'll fix your technology, anonymously, LY, and you just sit there in that chair right there and let me show you how it's done. And I don't bet a fiddle of gold against the soul. It's not my soul. The soul is we already discussed that earlier in the video about the reflection of the brain trapping, in the solitary confinement for the soul, which is your insanity, and Barbara Manatee, and sell me another plastic product and another cartoon. Okay, guys, I love you. Okay. I used to like the Fantastic Four and Black Panther and all that. Now I know, I used to think a lot of those people are very attractive. Now I just look at them and go, come back when you grow up, girl. You're still living in a paper doll world. I love them, and a lot of them are very physically appealing if you can sexually heal in the future because they're submitting to the Lord's Prayer. But, right now it's just what turns you on. I'm thinking about recovering from stopping and eliminating abuse for being a living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer and correcting your taxpayer technology and all your worked hard for all your money bullshit. Okay. Well, because I'm gorgeous. Look, I love you. Thank you.